I tell you, it's so great to see it. And by the way, congratulations on that contract extension. I just think that was such an incredible thing for you to get done, and it shows the commitment that the Raiders organization has made to you, obviously. And you've helped change a culture. And let's talk about that, if you don't mind, because Jack, when you came in, and I'm so proud of you for this, because you took from your experiences in Jacksonville, your experiences in Denver, and you had a great plan going in, and you executed it. Right. When you look back, what are some of those things that you did that you're proud of that really helped the Raiders get back on track and learn how to win again? Yeah, I mean that's really what it is. It's changing the culture is really, changing the mindset of the building and getting the buy-in of the players. And so, first thing I did was start meeting with the leadership, some of the guys that are the leaders. And I said, hey, guys, this is a players' league, okay? This is about – I'm going to provide a vision, all right, and I'm going to provide direction. But in order for us to go where we need to go, you have to take it and embrace it. You have to carry that torch into the locker room. And so it started there. And then throughout the building, we have a long-standing slogan that Al Davis came up with, which was awesome, which is commitment to excellence. Yep. And so what I wanted to do is I didn't shy away from it. I said, let's embrace that. But what does that really mean? Every day when we walk in, let's make sure we're committing to excellence. So everywhere throughout the building, and part of that was the facilities upgrade, the field upgrades, and those things that Mark Davis allowed us to do. And he had to put money behind it. It wasn't cheap. He had to spend some money, and he did. And so there was this, well, you might be doing this and all. And he was like, no, I'm going to invest in my team. I'm going to invest in what you're doing, Coach. And so I'm very grateful for that.
The season started off in New Orleans, and you end up going for 2. Right. Everybody starts the season, Jack, as a head coach with all these goals about what we're going to do during the course of the season. And, we're going to make it. We're going to win the AFC West. We're going to find our way into the playoffs and so forth. And yet there you are with a decision at the end of the game, send this game into overtime or try to win it. Did you think at that time that was a bigger question than just that particular game, or was it just an in-game decision, I want to win, go for 2 on the road rather than try to get in overtime on the road, or was it a bigger deal, you're just showing these guys you trust them?
Yeah, I think kind of a combination of things. One, I really believed in my heart that it was the best thing to give us the best chance to win. And so everything has to boil down to that. Right. It's like, I have to do that. What gives us the best chance? Even if I might be putting myself out there. Because, look, it was celebrated, and it was awesome. Right. All right. But, what would it have been had it not gone right?
It'd have been your fault.
That's right. I would have been.
What are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. So it's one of those things I think you have to have the courage to do the right thing. In your opinion, in your gut, what do you think is the right thing to do? I know ESPN had a stat that came out after the game that they said was the wrong thing to do. And so, of course, I tweeted back, good thing you weren't
baby.
Good thing you weren't in charge, So, no, it worked out well. I think what it did do after the fact, Rick, is that our team understood that we were going to play aggressively to win, that I did trust them. And, Derek makes that play, throws it to Crab, something I'd seen time and again during camp, getting ready for the season, and felt very confident we could execute.
What update do you have right now on Derek Carr's recovery? And also, Jack, honestly, your team didn't play as well after he was out. Yeah. How do you try to make sure that you get some sort of better offensive performance moving forward in the future if Derek were to miss more time?
Yeah, well, that's what you have to do. You want to build your team so that if somebody goes down, you plug in and you continue to play. And we didn't play it well enough. So, yeah, that'll be one of the battle cries going into this offseason, and part of it is, hey, we've got to play better defense. We're not playing the kind of defense that I'm proud of, that I expect. And we all share in that. We're going to work hard to make sure. We brought in John Pagano to help. He's a great communicator. Yeah. He's a great guy. Got a rich family tradition of football excellence in the National Football League. He's been a coordinator in this league. Kenny Norton is a guy I believe in. We'll get this thing turned around, and like the three of us are 3 heads on that offense. I think offensively we've got Todd Downing and Mike Tyson, and then I feel like I'm the third part over there. So it's like we have a good group of guys. We just need to do it better. We need to eliminate the gray. Right. That's what we need to do. If there's one word for us on defense, eliminate the gray. We had too many breakdowns.
When John comes, does he not only help you defensively, but does he explain how the Chargers would attack you?
Oh,
I mean,
sure.
how much can you learn from getting someone from behind enemy lines to come in and help?
Well, somebody that's been in our division, so obviously there's a lot to go through there. I mean, thoughts he had about opponents in the division, thoughts he had about us. A lot of soil to be tilled.
When you hired Ken Norton, first of all, it was a brilliant move because Trojans and Bruins really can get along. I love that. But he comes from Pete Carroll's system, right? And was that the reason Carl Joseph was such a valuable piece? Why you guys selected him in round 1 last year?
Yeah, I think we were like many of the defensive coaches that were evaluating that position last year. This guy, you just fall in love when you watch the tape. I mean, he plays the game with exuberance, energy, fearlessness, throws his body around. And so, we're excited to have him. We feel like this year, coming off a year where he really was battling through injuries, to be able to get him this year and have him be at tip-top shape and full speed and all that, we think we'll get the player that we envisioned when we took him there at 14.
Jack, give us, if you don't mind, a name of a player or two that should be on the radar of Raiders fans as someone that you think is ready to take that next step in their NFL career and help this team.
Oh, man. That's a good question.
That's why I'm sitting here.
That they didn't last year?
No. Well, maybe someone's in the wings. Maybe it's a backup player expecting to step up, or someone to continue to grow.
Yeah.
That still has quite a bit of upside.
Sure. I'll tell you. I'll take you right to 2 fairly high picks in the interior part of our D line, because everybody wants to talk about the interior part of our D line, and I agree. You got Khalil Mack and you got Bruce Irvin, and so now we know they're getting pressure for us. What are we getting from inside? We didn't get enough. Well, we have 2 guys, Mario Edwards, who was hurt most of last year, and he looks great. I see him working out now. And then Hottie Ward. And those 2 guys those guys are pretty. I mean, they're big, they're muscular, they're fast. They're good football players that we need to develop roles for them. And, part of it is our attack needs to become a little more attacking, a little too much catch and read at the line, which, system-wise we're looking at to make sure that we're, teeing off and doing the things we need to do to give those guys a chance.
Jack, since we talked about defense, I would be remiss if I didn't ask you, where are you at with your linebackers? Where are you at right now with your secondary? What are the strengths you can build on? What are some areas you want to get better?
Well, what linebackers?
Well, that's a great question.
Yeah, no, we have a couple free agents, and so we've got decisions to make. We'll see where that goes. I mean, that's it's a fluid time of year. I mean, I can't say any more than that. We know we have a couple of guys that finished the year starting for us that are free agents, and then we have a draft class.
Okay, and in the secondary, you got guys coming back potentially. Most, I would think.
Yeah. Most of our guys will be back, and we expect that good off season with the group that we have, and we're going to try and fortify it, add to it, and develop. So to me, it's about developing, eliminating the gray. Let me say it one more time.
I love
eliminate the gray.
I love this. The team that wears silver and black, eliminating the gray. I like.
We like silver. Just eliminate the gray.
A lot of silver.
The annual calendar is kind of steadfast. You leave a season, you head into your evaluation of what you did on the field, then you head to the combine, you work on the draft, there's free agency. Is there a favorite time of the off season for you? Like yesterday, Dan Quinn can say he loves the combine. Is there something that's the favorite for you as you keep putting the pieces together?
Oh, my goodness. You know what? I really like it all. For every season, it's kind of like basketball. Maybe was my favorite, but I played football, baseball. I like whatever's in season. It's like whatever time it is. I like to enjoy that moment. I think probably when you get the team together and you can work, even though there are the constraints. You can't be on the field longer than 2 hours, and you can't. These different things that you have to work within. But I think when you get the team together after the draft and you start to mold because then you start to get a feel for
put the personalities
what
together,
you have, how they're going to mesh and how you're going to bring it all together.
Jack, thank you so much for joining us.
We have to ask about Luke.
I was just
we want
an
update.
There. We want a Luke Del Rio update. He graduated, am I correct? I think
he did graduate.
That was huge.
He did.
Huge for him. So I know, banged up last year, couldn't play late in the season. Is he coming along? Is you hoping everything's going good?
He's recovering from shoulder surgery.
Yeah.
So
surgery.
Yeah, he had the MCL came off the bone on his knee.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, he also hurt his shoulder, so he's had the procedure, and now he's healing, and he's going to miss spring ball.
Okay.
So he'll strengthen and get ready for the fall. But yeah, he's graduated. He's in grad school, and he's got 2 more years of eligibility if he wants them. So
future coach, what do you think?
I don't know.
He hasn't said anything to you about that?
No, I mean, he's trying to work through things, but
I've seen too many videos of him holding the cord on the sideline. There's no question he'll end up on a sideline somewhere.
He's got a bright mind for it if he chooses to do that.
Jack, thanks so much for joining us. Going to take a quick break here with the 2-minute drill.
I bet on me on the contract. It wasn't a very good contract to start with, but it was an opportunity, and I bet on our ability to get this thing turned around, and I feel like we have. And again, he was a man of his word, and he stepped up and tore up that deal and gave me a new one.
You knew you were signing a bad deal when you signed it?
I knew I was signing a deal that was less than maybe what a guy with 9 years of head coaching experience would deserve. But there's one thing about I would say throughout life, many moments where you find the ability to humble yourself and just keep your head down and keep working hard, then that side of it usually takes care of itself. To me, it's about being involved in something that you have passion for and putting forth the energy and the effort and not being about the money. I think in the end the money comes, but the reason I coach, I love to impact young men. I love to teach and inspire and motivate and help them be their best as players and even off the field. So I love what I do, and so it made it a no-brainer for me. I love the experience going down and playing in that environment. It was a great environment. We love the experience going down and playing in that environment. It was a great environment, and look forward to going down again. I would love it if somehow the commissioner can make sure that every other year maybe we have it as a road game and not always a home game for us. Don't really look forward to playing 9 road games and 7 home games. So other than that, though, it was a tremendous experience, and look forward to going down there and embracing it.
Thank you, Coach.
It's awesome because Mark Davis has been a man of his word since the day I got here. We talked about upgrading the facilities. We talked about spending in free agency, and we talked about when I come in and do what I was intending on doing. The vision that I provided, that he would tear up that original contract, and that's what he did. So I'm very appreciative. We're not content to be where we are. We earned the playoffs. We won 12 games. We're proud of that. But we're not pretending that we don't have work to do. We're just getting started. We've got a lot of work to do. So the commitment to excellence is not commitment to excellence, win 12 games, and then go back to mediocrity. It's a commitment to excellence, sustain it, understand what that process looks like, how we built it up strong, and understand that the process, the hard work that you put in is how you got to where we are. And now we need to build on it and be better. Understand, year 3, we're just getting started. Don't look at year 3 and say, yeah, we arrived last year in year 2. No. We just scratched the surface, and we're just getting started, and there's a lot of work to do. The draft really provides a lifeblood for your franchise. You've got to hit on drafts. One of the reasons we're in good position is because Reggie has done a good job of drafting, and now we're doing a good job of developing, and that's what we have to do. It's draft and develop, and it goes hand in hand. So being here this year with a lot of good young talent to work through and to get a look at, this really kind of kicks off our off season.